Please remember that all the opinions in the show are those of the host and should only be taken as food for thought. We're in no way telling you to do anything. Everything is kept anonymous for the safety of the listeners and no information is shared to anyone else. If you are easily offended by people's opinions or views, then thank you for making it this far, but this is not the podcast for you, so see you later. And please enjoy the rest of the show. Hello, you pair of scoundrels. I have a question for you. I've catched feelings for a prostitute.
Oh, God.
It sounds like an old, like, softcore book that you read, doesn't it? I've started seeing her after a tough breakup, and I was feeling lonely, so I ended up paying for some attention. But now I'm catching feelings. She says she loves me too, but when I ask if she's going to leave her job if we get together, she doesn't answer or changes the subject. Am I being taken for a fool? As always, thanks.
Yes.
Try and have sex with her and not pay her.
Yeah. See how that goes. You're getting given the girlfriend experience right now. That's all that's going on right now.
There's that amazing old time joke where it was like, "How do you make a whore moan? Don't pay her." Not offending anyone, but it still makes me laugh.
I know we've gone in 2-footed on this guy. Like, he's gone through a breakup. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The breakup is awful, and you have rebounded, and unfortunately the rebound, because there was no other options around at the time, is a prostitute. She's there. She's doing her job. She's making you feel comfortable. If she is catching feelings for you, there would be talk from her side as well about leaving the job and moving on with life together. But I can almost guarantee you're getting the girlfriend experience. And when I mentioned this email to Charlotte, she said, why wouldn't she say that? Because she's going to want him to come back every time.
Yeah. I mean, by all means, like, invite her out for like dinner and stuff like that. Like, do stuff that isn't an appointment. And that's a clear sign then if she's willing to spend time with you outside of that. Because I made jokes about not paying her and stuff like that. Like she's some sort of, but if you actually have feelings for each other, then she's going to want to spend time with you outside of the appointment, right?
Of course, yeah. And how are you going to feel about things going in the future if she says the money's too good to give up? Because I can imagine the money's good. If you're like a high-end escort, guys would be paying like £300 an hour for you.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to give that up?
Yeah, because you've got to give an option, right? Like, you're asking this person to quit their job, and you're like, you may not like it, but it is a job, and I have all the utmost respect for people that do it, because it's not. Because I mean, if you work in a shop and you hate the customers you come in, imagine what they've got to deal with. Like, if someone turns up and you don't like them, they've still got to go through with it they booked the time.
So it's something I definitely couldn't do, and something I can deal with in a relationship as well. No. But yeah, I genuinely think you're getting taken for a ride, and you need to figure that out which way it is. She might be reciprocating totally, and I might be totally wrong, but I feel as though you're just a customer at the end of the day.
Yeah, I would say to her, like, do you want to go on a date? And if she's like, I'm, like, boys around, you'd be like, okay, that's easy to know. Because if she's not willing to do her time for free, then
she's not willing to see you, really.
No. And like, I can understand if you're asking her to leave her job, she's not wanting it, because that's a tough subject, right? Like, you can't ask someone to leave their job, regardless if it's sleeping with other people. So yeah, just ask her out on like an actual date. Don't ask her to leave her job or anything like that. Just be like, oh, I've got some spare time. I'd love to go out for an actual meal, have a proper date that doesn't involve, whatever. And if she's like, oh yeah, well then, that's a clear sign that she maybe does have feelings for you.
Yeah. Because she is human at the end of the day. She's not going to be, just because a job role is what a job role is, doesn't mean that she's not going to have feelings.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I would just go with that. Like I said, the whole thing where you're like, are you going to quit your job? I mean, if I said to Jamie, I'm like, "Oh, Jamie, are you going to quit your job because I don't like you making helicopters?"
Are
you going to say yeah, Jamie?
I'll be like, "Fuck you, son."
I said that I had when I was dating, and there was that woman, and because I'd butcher her on my thing, and she was like, "You can go on a date with me if you quit your job," and I was like, "Have you got another job for me?" And she's like, "No," and I'm like, "Well, why the fuck would I quit it then?" Because she was like a vegan.
That's an insane statement, isn't it?
Yeah, quit your job.
That is an insane statement.
That's mental.
Quit your job and you'll go on a date with me.
Yeah,
a singular date as well.
Yeah. Who said I even wanted to go on a fucking... But that's what I'm coming at, right? It's like, she might have feelings for you and stuff like that, but if you just turn around to be like, well, you're going to quit your job, that's a really hard decision. And like Jamie says, like, she might be making a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So what's she going to do? Has she now got...
She might have a really nice life outside of it.
Yeah.
And like, you saying quit your job is not going to be an easy feat for her.
No. I wouldn't want to do it if I was making loads of money. You know what I mean? So
she's clearly avoiding the question, isn't she?
Yeah.
When he's asking.
And I think that's a question, that's a down the road question, right? Like, that's what I mean. Like, if you just ask her to go on a date, you're not asking her to quit a job or anything like that. You're not even really asking her to have sex afterwards. You just want to spend some time with her. And I think that's more than a sign that she's interested.
Yeah. Because, like, I don't know, man. Like, it's never going to be a straightforward thing in that type of situation.
No.
Because, like, as Dan said, because she's not going to jump straight into things, you've got to kind of deal with that. And I don't know, like, you'd have to be a very strong man to deal with that, I feel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It would not be fucking easy, but I'm just trying to say, if you're really interested, then that's the first step. And yeah, like, you're going to have to probably deal with months of her still working.
Yeah, definitely.
And having an exit plan that won't happen until she's secure somewhere else. So,
exactly.
But Jamie's right as well. Like, they're people, you know what I mean? They have lives outside of what they do. So you can't just be like, oh, I have feelings for this girl, but I'm not willing to make it work because she sleeps with people. You knew she slept with people because you went looking for her. So you knew full well that she was doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And you were quite happy
exactly.
for her to
and he chose to pay her first time round.
So what's different? You know what I mean? You knew she was sleeping with other people then. I know, it's tough. It's tough. And I wouldn't like to be in that situation. But, you know what I mean?
No, and I can imagine it happens a lot. Like, when people are intimate, one of them's going to eventually start catching feelings. Yeah. And for someone that's has it as a job like she does, she probably detaches her normal self to the job.
Yeah, oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
But like most guys I could imagine and girls, like going to male prostitutes, you would get quite attached quite easily if you go to the same person over and over.
Yeah. What was the 1,000 Ways to Die in the West? Sorry, this is a really bad reference, but it's the only one I could probably think of a few others. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, okay. Sarah Silverman's in it, which I fucking hate. But she's a prostitute. And she's dating this naive guy. The only reason it's funny is because he doesn't pay to have sex with her. And he won't have sex with her until they're married. And she agrees.
But she's having sex with everyone.
Yeah. So they're all like lovey-dovey. And what's the Family Guy's name again?
Seth something.
Seth, yeah. So Seth goes to him like, oh, have you had sex yet? And they're both like, oh no, not until we're married. Like, you know, we're really serious about that. And then a guy will come in and be like, I've paid for the next hour. And she'll be like, okay. And then you hear her upstairs getting fucking railed. And he's just sitting there like smiling. Like, it's not a brilliant film, but it definitely has some fucking gold moments in it. You should have a look. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just like, that just reminded me of this, right? Because he's fallen in love with her and she's still a prostitute. But yeah, good luck, man. Like, it's a tough decision, and it's really one that there is some options.
Yeah.
If I was you, I would just put it down to
be very careful, man.
Yeah. sure. But good luck.